Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to create Google Docs from Airtable. So I am an owner of a business and I create the record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to create a record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable, automatically with the help of the details, a document, a welcome letter should be created for that same employee with the help of Google Docs. And how the letter is going to be created? With the help of the template that I've already created in my Google Docs. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between Airtable and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Google Docs from Airtable. So I'm an owner of a business and I create a record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to create a new record of any of my newly hired employees in my Airtable, automatically with the help of the details of my employee, a welcome letter should be created with the help of Google Docs. And how the letter is going to be created? With the help of the template that we have already created in our Google Docs. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between Airtable and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as How to Create Google Docs from Airtable. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this arrow and these are the folders from which I'm going to select Airtable Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of How to Create Google Docs from Airtable, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says trigger, other says action. Trigger and action are the 2 most important steps for automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we are going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step, and for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Airtable. So we're going to select a trigger application as Airtable. And for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new record, as our objective is that whenever we are going to create a new record in our Airtable, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. After that, we're going to click on Connect in order to connect Airtable to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear on which click on Add New Connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, click on Connect with Airtable. Then a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. Firstly, it is asking for us to add a base. For the base over here, I'm going to select it as the base that I've created in my Airtable account, that is New Employees Details. So what we are going to do is, for the base over here, what we are going to do is we're going to search it as New Employees Details. So this is the base that I've selected, and then I'm going to click on Grant Access. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on Grant Access. As you can see that we successfully authorized Airtable to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for the base name. So for the base name, I'm going to select it as New Employees Details because this is the name of my base that I've created in my Airtable account. And for the table, I'm going to select it as Table 1 because this is the only table that I've created in my base. So for the table, I'm going to select it as Table 1. And then after selecting the base name and the table over here, in the important note, it says that when we are going to create a new table in our Airtable account, we have to also create a field in the name of created with the field type as created type in order to capture the response of the record that we are creating in our Airtable. Okay, so remember to always create a field in the name of created with the field type as created time, so that Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of the new record that we are going to create in our table. Okay, After that, you can see over it says save and send test request. As soon as you click on this button right over here, what is going to happen is the record that you have created in your Airtable, the last record is going to be captured in our response in our workflow right over here. So what we are going to do is now we are going to create a record of a newly hired employee in this base right over here, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that record or not. For that, we're going to create a new record. For that, I'm going to click on this plus button. For the employee's name, I'm going to give it as demo person. So this is the name of my employee. For the email of my employee, it is demoperson@pabblytunes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. The date of the joining, for the date of the joining of my newly hired employees, I'm going to select it as it is going to be 15th of July 2024. So this is the date of the joining of my employee. For the job title, I'm going to give it as, so this is the title of my employee, that is customer associate. So these are the details that I've created a record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable. After creating the record, I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to do that, you can see over here response is captured, and if you're going to tally the response, for the employee name, it says demo person. For the job title as customer associate, phone number a dummy mobile number, joining date the date that we have selected, email as demoperson@pabblytunes.com. There is a created time also right over here. So this means that we successfully created a connection between Airtable and Pabbly Connect, and our trigger setup is done. And if you're not going to receive the response over here after creating a record in your Airtable, then do not worry, because as Airtable is a polling based application, you can see over it says 10 minutes is the polling duration. That means in every 10 minutes, whenever a new record is captured, whenever a new data is captured by Airtable, automatically in every 10 minutes, it is going to send the new data to Pabbly Connect, okay? And if you want to make any changes in this polling duration, then you can contact us on Pabbly forum, okay? After setting up our trigger step, what we are going to do is we're going to set up our action step, and as our objective is that whenever a new record is going to be created in our Airtable of our newly hired employees, automatically with the help of Google Docs, a welcome letter should be created for that same employee. For that, we're going to set up our action step, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Docs. And for the action event, we are going to select it as create document from template. We are selecting our action event as create document from template, as we are going to create a document, the welcome letter for our employees, with the help of the template that we have already created in our Google Docs, okay? As you can see that this is a template that I've created of the welcome letter for my employee with the help of Google Docs. And also in this template, you can see I've created some variables. That means you can see in front of some values and in the end of some values, there are two curly brackets. So these are the variables in this document right over here. And I want to enter the details of my employee in place of these variables that I've created right over here, okay? So this is the template that I've created, and that is why for the action event I've selected it as create document from template. Then to connect Google Docs to Pabbly Connect, let's click on connect. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, click on sign in with Google. A new window is then going to appear, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow. As this is a safe process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on allow right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Docs to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the template document. So I've created a template in the name of welcome letter template. So for the template document over here, I'm going to select it as welcome letter template, okay? Next over here, it is asking for the new document's name. Whenever a new document is going to be created with the help of this template right over here, you have to give the name to all those documents. For the new document's name, I want the name of my document to start with the name of my employee. So what we are going to do is for the name of our employee, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow, and how it works is as soon as you click on this field, you can see it says Airtable new record. This was the previous step of this workflow right over here. As soon as you click on this arrow, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As we want that our new document's name should start with our employee's name, and in the response you can see we have received the name of our employee. We're going to select this data. As we've selected the data from the previous step, the data is mapped, and as the data is mapped, the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right away in place of this map data is going to be updated. Next to the name of my employee, I want it as welcome letter. So this is the name of my new document that is going to be created every time with the help of this template, okay? Next over it is asking for the new document's location. So in my Google Drive, I've created a folder in the name of welcome letters. So for the location over here, I'm going to select it as welcome letters as the folder I want to save all my new documents in, okay? Next over it is asking for the name of the employee, joining date and the job title. As I've already told you that in this template right over I have created 3 variables, that is name of the employee, joining date and the job title. So in my Pabbly Connect workflow, these are the same variables that we have created, and we are going to map the data of the details of these variables. For the name of the employee, I'm going to map the data of my name of the employee. For the joining date, I'm going to map the data of the date of my joining, that is right over here. This is the joining date of my employee. And lastly, for the job title, I'm going to map the data of the job title of our employee. After filling all the details, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. As we are going to click on Save and Send Test Request, over here we have received a response, and the response that we have received is a positive response, because as in the response you can see we have also received a document ID. So now I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, and yes, you can see in this folder right over here a new letter has been created. I'm going to open this welcome letter. The welcome letter is in the name of demo person. You can see the name of the welcome letter is demo person : welcome letter. This is the welcome letter for demo person for the date of the joining and the job title right over here. And that means that we successfully created an automation between Airtable and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business and I create a record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable. My objective is that as soon as I was going to create a new record of my newly hired employees in my Airtable, automatically with the help of the details of my Airtable record, a welcome letter for that same employee should be created with the help of Google Docs. And how we are creating the document with the help of the template that we have already created in our Google Docs. For that, what we have done is we have simply created an automation between Airtable and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.